G'day you beautiful people, welcome to my first Battlefield 1 video. I wanted to, for my first video, go over the MP18 trench for the assault class, just to go over all the starting weapons for each class. But instead I decided to do the Automatico M1918 factory, for the simple reason that I forgot to press record while I was using the MP18. I thought I had about 3 hours of footage with it, but I had nothing. So I'll get some of that done today, and I will get a video up on that, and then I'll move on to a couple of the medic weapons, move on to support, and then on to recon. While I'm amazed that that actually happened last night, I actually thought I was seeing things and I was a little bit drunk and that didn't happen, but apparently Jesus Christ plays Battlefield. Okay, so the Automatico M1918 factory. As you can see with the stats that are up on the screen, these stats come from Synthic. If you need any stats whatsoever for guns in games, you want to compare weapons to other weapons and see what's going to work best for you, Synthic is the best website for you to go to. They have all the stats that you're going to need. At the moment it's a little bit lacking because the game is only just coming out, but as the game progresses, the stats will just continue to improve. Okay, so by the time the first balance pass comes over, they should have everything set and they should be ready to go. Alright, but if we have a look at the stats here, starting from the left hand side, just to explain what you are looking at, because I know a lot of my friends that will be watching this are new to Battlefield. So we have obviously 900 rounds per minute, we have a bullet velocity of 380 meters per second. Okay, because we're not playing a hit scan game, these are actually physical bullets that move through the game world. Okay, and then just next to the name of the gun is 12 meters per second squared. That is the bullet drop. Okay, it's that is clearly not Earth gravity. Battlefield likes to mess with gravity a little bit and give certain weapons a lot more drop than what they should do. It just helps them with balancing a little bit. A lot of the times it's a bit retarded. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so then we have a damage chart. Alright, so the damage chart for this weapon is pretty bad actually. It does its max damage of 23 up to about 3 meters. Okay, and then that starts to go down to its minimum damage of 12 at around about 38 meters, I believe it is. Okay, so you're looking at 5 bullets to kill in close range up to 3 meters, and then it will start to take you 6 bullets at I think around about 15 meters. Okay, which is quite close. So it really is a close quarters beast. Okay, and then if we move over to the mag and reload, has a 25 round mag, 2.1 second reload if you still have a bullet in the chamber or in the mag, and a 3.4 second empty reload, which is quite long. You want to make sure you don't get to that, but with 25 rounds in a mag, if you're dealing with any more than one person, that's not going to be a thing. Okay, you can kill more than one person with a mag. It does take a little bit of skill. You need to make sure all your shots are hitting, and you need to make sure you're close enough to do so. Okay, but it is possible, but for the majority of your kills you're going to be getting a kill with a magazine and reloading. Alright, if we move on to recoil, it has 0.44 upward recoil, so every time you tap the trigger it goes up by 0.44, and 0.4 left, 0.4 right. Underneath that you have first 2.65 times. That means that when you fire your first shot, the recoil is actually 2.65 times 0.44. Okay, so it's a lot more. So tap firing this gun is just not even recommended. As you can see, it climbs quite a bit on that first shot. It's really hard. As far as the spread goes, when ADSing and standing still it's at 0.3, when moving it's at 0.5. This is actually pretty good for an SMG in a Battlefield game. Okay, they've made SMGs a lot more accurate than what they used to be. In comparison, I think in Battlefield 4 they were 0.4 or 0.5. Okay, so they're more accurate. They're nowhere near as accurate as a Battlefield 4 assault rifle, which would have been about 0.1. Okay, so 0 is going to be 100% accurate. The one thing that you do have to worry about with any sort of automatic gun in this game is that there is actually spread increase on your bullets. Okay, so generally the way that it used to work is that each consecutive bullet becomes less and less accurate, but if everything stays the same, the way that it actually works is that your first shot is your most accurate to start off with. Your second shot has a spread increase multiplier, so it ends up being really, really inaccurate, and then it will start to become more accurate as the magazine goes along. So 2-round bursting is really not a thing anymore. If you'd played Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, you would know that burst firing is king no matter what weapon you are using. Anything outside of close range, you need to burst fire any sort of weapon for days. LMGs in Battlefield 4, for example, would just benefit so much from burst firing. You could kill anyone from anywhere burst firing a LMG, but it's not the case anymore. So ease up on that. But this gun in general, you're really probably not going to want to do that anyway, because you're going to want to get in as close as humanly possible. You'll see a few times in the gameplay in the background that I'm engaging people at longer distances trying to tackle burst fire, and the recoil is just so bad with the sights that you get that it's just not going to work whatsoever. There are better people than me out there, and I'm sure you can land some shots. I do land some shots too, but it's just so weak. Because generally if you're at the sort of range where you're going to have to tackle burst fire, you're doing around about 12 damage anyway. Okay, so you're looking at like 9 bullets to kill someone, and by the time you've started to pepper them and then adjusted your aim and continued to shoot and realized that you have such a slow bullet velocity and you're adjusting your lead, they're probably a medic and they're probably going to turn around and 3-shot you and destroy you. So it doesn't really work. You'll see in the gameplay that the majority of the times I do my best when I manage to flank and not engage until I get closer. Once you are in close range, this gun is absolutely disgusting. The only thing that will potentially beat it is a shotgun, and most of the times you are still going to beat that shotgun, okay? Even sniper rifles have their one-shot body shots, but generally they start around about 30 meters or so. So you're going to be beating them in your optimal range. So as I said, the only thing that's going to beat you is a shotgun. I really like this weapon. The stats aren't very good, but it does what it does extremely well. Okay, SMGs have always been a thing for close quarters combat, and it's just disgusting. 900 rounds a minute is disgusting compared to the majority of things in the game that are automatic, firing at between sort of around about 5 to 650 rounds per minute. This is just disgusting. You may be doing less damage per bullet, but you are going to be putting a lot more bullets downrange than anyone else. So if you come up against an LMG, for example, in close range, not even a contest. You come up against an MP18, not even a contest. You are going to beat both of those guns hands down every single time. This is the first gun that I ended up unlocking because I knew that I liked it from the beta and I wanted to see how well it worked in the main game. It still works extremely well. If you are the type of person that does a lot of flanking, coming into flags without being noticed and just sort of trying to clear flags out, this is the gun for you. If you can manage to get your kills that you need to get without running out of ammunition in your magazine and pulling off a 2.1 second reload and not being shot during that reload, you are going to do some work on a flag. As I said, no one is really going to compete with you, so as long as you're shooting first, you're pretty much going to win every single gunfight. You're going to do really well. And hopefully you might actually enjoy this gun. The hipfire accuracy is also quite good. It is a 1 when standing and a 1.5 when on the move and standing, but that number might sound really bad, but it's actually how SMGs are meant to be used. When you're in close quarters, the amount of time that you are wasting by ADSing, because it's about 0.65 of a second for you to ADS, with this gun, I believe. So that amount of time every time you're getting a kill is absolute waste. I do still do it a lot. I'm used to doing it, but one thing that you should really try to get used to when using SMGs is not to actually ADS, especially with this thing with your magazine pointing straight up. It can be a bit of a hassle. But all in all, I would give this gun a very positive rating. I think it is amazing where it is meant to be used. And if you have a you have an assault and you have a support in your squad, you will do very, very well, because they can cover you at longer ranges, give you some more meds, and give you some more ammo, because you will go through ammo quite quickly with this gun. You will notice it very much. But all in all, I really like this gun. As I said, definitely give it a try. I think it's the best. I think the factory is actually the best variant myself, but I'll go over variants at a later date once I've covered all the basic variants of every single gun. But it's definitely worth the 200 war bonds necessary to unlock this gun. Give it a try. Hope you have some fun. It is extremely disgusting and a lot of fun. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you found it helpful and enjoyable. If you did enjoy it, please drop me a like down below, leave me a comment if you have any questions, if I missed anything. Please consider subscribing for more Battlefield 1 content. There's going to be a lot coming in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I love your face, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.